Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
Who doesn't love a great pitcher's duel? A little Koufax and Drysdale. How about a little Cole against McClanahan? Two of the top pitchers in baseball. Nose to nose, head to head. And it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Tampa Bay Rays in the first game of a three-game set from Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball along with Cameron Maben. I'm Michael Kay. Yankees take 2 out of 3 in Toronto, and now they face a really tough pitcher in Shane McClanahan, and they send a really tough pitcher out to the mound. So let's take a look at the pitching matchup. Shane McClanahan is the best ERA in the American League, 1.84 in 13 starts. He's 7-3. Garrett Cole, 3.33 ERA in 13 starts. He's 6-1. And in his last start in New York against Tampa Bay, Cam, he was dealing.
Yeah, he was lights out. McClanahan leading the league in ERA, but Garrett Cole leading the league in stuff. I mean, he was back, the ace on the mound, throwing absolute premium gas up there. 100 miles per hour throughout the game, hitting the spot, locating. I mean, you see him out on the mound, he's got his strut, he's got his confidence, he got his stuff. And this is the guy they want on the mound after bouncing back in a tough loss last night. Garrett Cole is going to be ready to go.
All right, so 2 starts this season against the Rays, who he had previously struggled against, not this year. May 28, 6 innings, 2 hits, a run, struck out 10. And in the start that Cam just showed you, 6 innings, 5 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts, and 1 walk. So there you have the pitching matchup. We're excited about it, but you're going to need some offense if you're Garrett Cole. And one of the guys that's been doing that a lot is Gleyber Torres, and he's turning back the clock to a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you know, this is what this game is about. It's a game of adjustments, and Gleyber Torres has went into the offseason and made just that, a lot of good adjustments. I mean, you see him, his approach is right, and he's in the middle of the field. He's hitting balls, you know, singles, extra base hits, nothing but quality at-bats. You know, and a lot of this also is because he's back at second place. He's in a place where he's comfortable playing defense, and when you're comfortable on the defensive end, you're going to be comfortable at the plate, and you're seeing a happy Gleyber. You see him doing his dance with the celebration. A lot of love for Gleyber. Carrying the torch right now to second base, doing a lot of good things for the Yankees.
Last 16 games, hitting .362, 5 homers, 10 ribbies. Look at the OPS, 1.163, and he scored 14 runs as well. Now the position change Cameron's talking about, Gleyber used to be a shortstop. This year it's that guy, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, but his hamstring's barking just a little bit, so Marwin Gonzalez moves in. Meredith Maragovitz has more when we return right here on Yes.
Welcome back to Yankees baseball on Yes. I'm Meredith Maragovitz. The Yankees come into Tropicana Field sitting pretty in the American League East. They're 11 games up on the Blue Jays right now, 13 on the Rays. Tonight, they will once again be without Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who is out with some hamstring soreness. It'll be the second straight game that IKF is missing.
I don't think it's anything that's going to be long-term. I made out the lineup last night with keeping him out of it, but so we're at least encouraged by how he's doing today, but we'll see.
Yesterday you said no tests were scheduled. Anything scheduled today?
No test scheduled. Hoping this is just a day-to-day thing, and we'll see where he is at the end of today.
What have you thought of Gonzalez's contributions since joining the team?
It's been huge. I mean, he's just gives us so much flexibility. Seems to do something to help you win a game the times he's in there. I think he's played really well at shortstop in his starts there. He's done really well in the outfield. You know, he's come up with some big hits for us at times. Just kind of that Swiss Army knife where he does a lot of things. Obviously a switch hitter, so he's been really valuable for us.
Gonzalez will bat ninth and play shortstop. IKF did go through some drills earlier today, fielding grounders during batting practice, and he also hit in the cage. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay will be joined by Cameron Maben. First pitch coming your way after the break.
He's getting ready for the beginning of this 3-game set. The Rays have just come off a really rough road trip. Their worst 3-city road trip since 2014. So They're led onto the field by Shane McClanahan, so they feel good about this game. Let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup that he'll face. It's brought to you by TikTok. TikTok taught me. DJ LeMahieu, the third baseman, leads off. Aaron Judge in center. Anthony Rizzo at first. Cleaning up the right field is Giancarlo Stanton. Gleyber Torres at second. Josh Donaldson the DH. Aaron Hicks in left field will bat seventh. Batting eighth and catching Jose Trevino. And Marwin Gonzalez, the shortstop, is going to bat ninth. And they are going to face a really tough one. Shane McClanahan, the young left-hander, 7-3 with a 1.84 ERA. You see 105 strikeouts in his innings. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup scouting report, Cameron.
And this young man is absolutely nasty. New ERA leader, took over the AL ERA when the Yankees went out and put a beating on Alex Manoah on Saturday. But this guy, everything nasty. Fastball, curveball, change, slider. He has the whole repertoire of 4-pitch mix that he'll use throughout the game. But there was one guy who got to that breaking stuff last game, and that was Aaron Judge. Curveball's been a great pitch, but Judge hit one for a homer on Wednesday against New York. So let's see if he can get back to smashing baseballs once again.
McClanahan is ready. DJ LeMahieu is ready. And let's do it. Here in St. Pete, first pitch is fouled away, and we are underway. Yankees 49-17, and the Rays are 36-30. Missed inside. Ryan Blakeney is the home plate umpire. Marvin Hudson at first. Junior Valentine at second. John Tumpain is over at third. Yankees just took 2 out of 3 against Toronto in Toronto. Lost yesterday 10-9. Snapped their 9-game winning streak. That one is ripped into center field. Kiermaier is there to put it away. 1 down.
And that's a loud out from DJ LeMahieu to lead off the game.
Let's take a look at the defense for the Rays, brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealers. Lowe, Kiermaier, and Margot. Left to right in the outfield. Lowe just called up again from the minors. Diaz, Brujan, Paredes, and Choi third to first. Pinto behind the plate, and McClanahan is on the mound. There's Aaron Judge. A lot of Yankee fans in the crowd. You hear the cheers when he steps into the batter's box. Swings and misses.
And you can already see right here, Shane McClanahan, you know, you faced the guy a few times just last week. You know, guy relies on his heater, already starting off with quite a few off-speed pitches.
Swing and a miss.
Saw him get ahead early. Fastball to DJ LeMahieu would come back with back-to-back changeups and to start Aaron Judge off. Back-to-back really good sliders.
The 0-2, driven hard to left field. Right there, the left fielder Lowe, and both Yankees have hit the ball right on the screws, but right at fielders 2-way. It's time now for the keys to the game, Cam. It's brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Yeah, Kia keys to the game today. Weathering the storm, the Yankees, a team who've not had to face too much adversity this year. It seems like every time they get hit, they hop right back up. So after a tough loss last night against Toronto, we'll see how they bounce back and looking for a repeat. Swept the Rays last week in the Bronx, had a really good series, winning the tight ball games. But an unusual suspect searching for Jose Trevino, been a really nice addition. We got him the Yankees got him as a defensive specialist, but he's really been swinging an outstanding bat. 283 average, at OPS over 800. So Jose Trevino, a nice piece for the Yankees this year.
Rizzo takes a pitch in the dirt, 1-0. There's Trevino. 3 infielders on the right side for Rizzo. They play standard 3 outfielders. There's a strike. McClanahan leads the majors with 105 strikeouts. Corbin Burns of the Brewers, 5 behind him for the major league lead. He's also pitching tonight. Check swing. 2-2.
It's one thing the game doesn't have a shortage of, Michael, and that's talented young arms in this league. You talk about Burns, you talk about McClanahan. So many around this league that are going to be extremely fun to watch for years to come.
2-2. Served the other way, right down the left field line. Foul ball. Just foul. Well, Rizzo made the final out of yesterday's 10-9 loss. He also had a pinch hit home run in the 8th inning. And the Yankees had the tying run at second and the go-ahead run at first against Jordan Romano of the Blue Jays. They went down fighting. They wanted to keep that streak alive. Trying to start a new one tonight. Line the other way. Foul ball.
Yeah, that's been a fun thing to watch. I mean, you watched them last night, and you can see the energy, you can see the confidence. Even when they fell behind, it was a sense of, don't worry, fellas, we're going to be okay. We'll get back in it. We'll find a way to have an opportunity to win. And even though they didn't, they were right there at the end. That's all you can really ask for is opportunity and chance to win. And they did that last night.
2-2. High drive, right field. There it goes. See ya. A long home run for Rizzo. His 19th of the year. Lead 1-0.
Anthony Rizzo right here doing his best Anthony Rizzo impression and fouling off pitches and doing what he does well. And once he gets a mistake, making McClanahan pay, sending him to the right field bleachers.
What a month of June for Rizzo. That's his 8th home run in June. Stanton takes a strike on the outside corner on the changeup.
I mean, that whole at-bat was typical Anthony Rizzo. You know, getting behind at times, but doing his best job to foul off pitches, see the ball deep.
Popped up. Let's see if there's a play. Pinto runs out of room.
Again, spoiling good pitches just to get that mistake. Even though it's 98, guys like Anthony Rizzo, when they get those pitches in the middle of the plate, after seeing a few, they don't miss, and Anthony did not miss. A beautiful sight. That's what you want if you're Garrett Cole. You want the Yankees to strike first early, and that's a great sight.
The 0-2. 1-2.
Take a look at this. Like you said, Anthony been hot all June. I mean, not missing, catching that out front, back legging it, and admiring his beautiful work.
Just missed. Change up a little low.
And Riz homering off the 7th pitch of that at-bat, and that's a great at-bat. Those are also team at-bats. Make a guy work and do damage.
Chopped slowly, third base side. McClanahan off the mound will get Stanton, and that will do it. So Anthony Rizzo hits one deep into the seats in right field. His 19th of the year. And when it lands, the Yankees have a run, and the Rays are coming to bat. Hit a home run yesterday, coming off the bench as a pinch hitter. Now, first inning home run is giving the Yankees a 1-0 lead. So Garrett Cole will try to make that hold up. We'll take a look at the Rays starting lineup, brought to you by TikTok. TikTok taught me. Yandy Diaz, the third baseman, leads off. Manuel Margot in right field. G-Man Choi at first, hitting third. Cleaning up the DH, Randy Arozarena. Vidal Brujan, the shortstop, will bat fifth. Batting sixth, the center fielder Kevin Kiermaier. Isaac Paredes, the second baseman, is going to bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing left field, it's Josh Lowe and Rene Pinto. The catcher will bat ninth. And they're going to face that guy, Garrett Cole, 14th start for him in his previous 13, 3-1, 3.33, 91 strikeouts, 73 innings. And what do you have for the scouting report?
The Yankees ace pushed back a day. 6 shutout innings on Tuesday at Yankee Stadium versus the Rays. The last outing, Garrett Cole the right stuff. Average fastball is 97.6 miles per hour, the fastest amongst AL qualifiers. But setting the tone, you see Anthony Rizzo coming up, getting Garrett Cole some run support. But the Yankees are 18-3 in the first game of the series. Garrett Cole can get them off to the right start by attacking these guys and coming right at them like he usually does.
The first pitch to Diaz is a 97-mile-an-hour fastball outside, 1-0. Diaz gets on base, a .399 on-base percentage. There's a strike. $11 games against Tampa Bay started for Cole. That includes the postseason, a 3.92 ERA. Swing and a miss. Against all other teams, 48 starts, he has a 3.05 ERA. But the 2 starts we showed you at the Open, he has pitched great against them this year. And he's also pitched a lot better against G-Man Choi, who has been his nemesis for a while. 1-2. Still 1-2.
We talk about the cutter, and it's been a new toy for a lot of these Yankees pitchers. But Garrett Cole had a lot of success with the slider last time out, against Tampa at home. So, this is a guy who's got an outstanding mix, who can go to any pitch at any time. And right now he's got his stuff, and it's electric.
The 1-2, buzzed him inside. 98 miles an hour.
You can see this is one of those right there as a hitter. Your life flashes before your eyes at times, but not too high and tight right there.
I've heard people say that they feel the pain when it's that close and they don't even get hit. You anticipate it, you feel it.
I don't know if I feel the pain, but I tell you what, that is like always the most frightening thing that can happen. I was one of those guys who I tried to get out of the way any point possible, anytime, and everybody was going to be yelling, "We got ice." Well, I don't like ice. I don't like cold water unless it's in a cup. So
popped up shallow right, backpedaling Torres, coming in Stanton, and Stanton makes the play. 1 away. Let's check out the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealer. Hicks in left, Judge in center, and Giancarlo Stanton is over and right. In the infield, we go third to first. LeMahieu, Gonzalez, Torres, and Rizzo. Trevino the start behind the plate. Garrett Cole is on the mound. So here's Manuel Margot. Grounded right side sharply. Nice play to the glove side by Torres to get Margot.
this is a really nice play by Glaber. Great read off the bat, getting there easy. Beautiful little pirouette. Nice easy throw to Anthony Rizzo. Second out. Glaber just so comfortable at second base, so smooth. He's happy to be right back at home.
So 2 down, and here's G-Man Choi. Had a 13-game hitting streak snapped by the Yankees last Thursday. Now he has 4 homers lifetime against Cole, including the playoffs. The most he's hit against any pitcher. And tied for the most that Cole's given up to any hitter. Also with 4, Matt Carpenter, Joey Gallo, Rafael Devers, and Lucas Duda.
G-Man being one of the bright spots as far as offense goes for the Tampa Rays. One of those guys who's consistent each and every day this season, looking like the guy that they always thought he was going to be when he came over here.
11 for 28 against Cole, 393. And that's a pretty good sample size. But again, this year, not as much. Cole knows it, and you could see he really locks into each at bat against G-Man Choi. Missed outside. 2-2.
This is one of those guys, when a guy has your number, you know, you're not trying to get by with stuff. You're actually trying to get by with location and precision.
And the payoff. So Choi works a walk against Cole.
And you can see the respect right there in that at bat. You can tell right there from that sequence that Garrett Cole, you know, he knows G-Man has some success against him. And, you know, with 2 strikes ahead in the count, you know, falling behind and really nibbling, not trying to make a mistake, you can see the respect that he has for what G-Man has done against him in the past.
Here's a Rosarena. And a strike. Slider. Rosarena has always been a thorn to the Yankees, but of late they've pitched him well. He is 3 for 20 against them with no extra base hits. 1-1 count. Choi held it first by Rizzo. Yankees lead 1-0 on the Rizzo home run. Strike 2 on the slider. Interesting stat, the Yankees in his 13 starts, the Yankees as a team are 10-3 when Cole starts a game. Now last year he finished second in the Cy Young Award. And the Yankees were 16-14 in his 30 starts. Much better production this year. 2-2.
You know, usually when you have an ace, you know, teams struggle to get him run support. You know, they're usually facing the other team's ace just like they are tonight. But I think the difference is you're seeing that these guys are, you know, doing a great job of getting Garrett Cole's run support. And when you get him run support, good things happen.
2-2. Popped up. Rizzo gives it a look. It's in the seats, out of play. Despite having a great 2020 postseason, Rosarena was actually the Rookie of the Year last year in the American League. He didn't have the necessary games and at-bats in 2020 to not qualify as a rookie last year. 2-2. Strike 3. A Rosarena down looking. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. We played 1-0. The All-Star ballot, it's now open. Vote daily at MLB.com/vote to send your favorite New York Yankee players to LA this summer. How are you keeping that starting rotation out of LA for the All-Star game?
That's a great question. Every last one of those guys could definitely have a spot on that team. I mean a legit spot. See Nestor, the second league leader in ERA and AL. The Yankees continue to score runs, they might could bump him right in the first.
Well, that's what they did for McClanahan. They scored 4 runs against Manoah and knocked him out of the top spot. Glaber is making a claim for a little All-Star love. Dominating a second baseman in the majors.
It's also special what Glaber's been able to do. This is a young guy who was looking like a budding superstar who's had to accept a role of, not being out there each and every day. But, Aaron Boone doing a great job of making sure he stays fresh, making sure he keeps a good rhythm.
2-2.
Glaber doing a great job of just taking advantage of each and every opportunity when it comes and not complaining and starring in his role, being the best that he can be each and every day his number's called on.
Foul ball. You really think it makes that much of a difference with him at second base that he's more comfortable?
Absolutely. I mean, even the play previous in the game, a put out to Aaron Judge, you could just see how far out he went to get the ball. You can just tell, a guy's comfortable, a middle infielder, just by how far out they go to get the ball. I mean, he was in right field, and it just shows you how comfortable he is when he's at second. He's in his element. He looks smooth. He looks calm under control. So I really do think it makes a big difference. I mean, when I switched to left field, I thought I could do it easily. I'm an athlete, but it took a lot of energy and effort away from, being in the cage and getting my swing right. So I think it definitely can, be an issue at times, as you saw it was last year for him. And he spoke about that, honestly.
Here's Donaldson. He had a homer in yesterday's game. That broke a 16-game homerless streak for him. And here is the day for Donaldson yesterday. That was after getting hit in his previous at-bat, and he really styled this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go on a limb and say that might be one of the best pimp jobs of the season. JD pimp hand strong on that one.
Soft ground ball, charging is Diaz. Fields fires, got him. Yankees had an 8-3 lead yesterday, and they ended up losing. The 5-run lead blown was the most that they've lost a game because of. The previous high was a 2-run lead that they've blown. So they have 7 blown leads this year, and that's tied for the fewest in the majors with Atlanta. And they fought right to the very end. They were not going to make it easy for Toronto to snap their winning streak. Little 9th inning rally against Romano, but couldn't complete it. And the guy who kept that rally alive is Hicks, who got a big hit that brought up Rizzo. In June, in 15 games, Hicks is hitting .306.
I spoke to Aaron before the game today, and he talked about, just the marathon that baseball truly is. Starting off slow, not playing the way he wants to and the way he's capable of. But he just talked to me today about, how much better he's feeling and how much more comfortable he's feeling at the plate. His movements and his mechanics are more efficient. And you're seeing it pay off right now. And just another nice piece of this Yankees puzzle.
Swing and a miss, chased the pitch way out of the zone, a changeup, and the Yankees go down in order against McClanahan. 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Yanks. Cadillac, be bold and be yourself in a luxurious Cadillac sedan or SUV. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. By Stop and Shop, feed the moment, and by FanDuel Sportsbook, make every moment more. Well, you really appreciate that dome today here in St. Pete. There were unbelievable thunderstorms, but not a drop on the field. And we're good to go as we go to the bottom of the second. Brujan, Kiermaier, and Paredes against Garrett Cole. Now the Rays are struggling. They just finished a 9-game road trip. They're 2-7 on the road trip. They lost 2 of 3 in Minnesota. All 3 against the Yankees at the stadium, and then 2 of 3 in Baltimore. Now, they were 18-1 against the Orioles last season, and now they've lost consecutive series to Baltimore for the first time since 2017. And 5 of the 7 losses on the road trip by 1 run. And we've seen that in the matchups with the Yankees. The Yankees have not scored that much against Tampa Bay. They're 5-2 against the Rays, and they've averaged 2.9 runs per game. But the Rays, in those 7 games, have averaged 1.9 runs per game. They just haven't been able to hit.
Yeah, you're right. The offense has been extremely anemic, and on the opposite end of that, Michael, the Yankees have they're leading baseball in 1-run wins, and that's the difference in leading the division by 11 games, and or the division, or the difference in you not making the playoffs of the wild card, as we've seen the Yankees struggle, as they didn't beat up on the bottom team in the division. You have to win those games to be successful in your division and get deep into the playoffs, or get into the playoffs, even so.
So here's Kiermaier. Now, Kevin's had an up and down year, so he's 10 for his last 28. That's good, right? Well, that follows a 1 for 21 slide. The 7 homers, that's more than he's had, or as many as he's had in the last 2 years combined. So that's good. And we know he can play defense in center. 1-1.
Unfortunately, it seems like that's been the tale of Kevin Kiermaier's career. I mean, a guy who was extremely exciting to watch, extremely fun to watch take a baseball field, but, just hit with a ton of injuries. And as you said, Michael, a lot of inconsistencies and ups and downs throughout his career. I mean, he's definitely a guy who I think you would consider a streaky hitter.
One and two. 2 strikeouts for Cole so far. And time is called as Cole having a hard time coming to an agreement with Trevino. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts in a row for Cole.
And that's what we call a good old bayou ball. Feel the breeze from Kevin Kiermaier. No chance at that heater at the top of the zone. Talked about Garrett Cole leading the league in average fastball mile per hour, and right there just reaching back, going to get his nasty stuff, blowing Kiermaier away.
There's Paredes. It's funny. Cole could be effective without his great stuff, and that's what Aaron Boone said about his last start against the Rays. But tonight, Cam, he looks like he has really good stuff.
And I wonder when Aaron says stuff, when I think of, him not having his good stuff, for me it's usually command. Its velocity is always there, the bite, the break is always there, but, it's about command with Garrett Cole. When he's hitting his different spots in the quadrant of the zone, and he's locating, he is maybe the best in our game. And you've seen it this year, rough starts and only give up 3 runs. He's a guy who knows how to really weather a storm.
Well, he's had 2 shaky starts this year that everybody wants to point to when they want to knock him a little bit. And, legitimate bad starts. The 5 home runs he allowed against the Twins in Minnesota. And then that bad outing he had, couldn't command the ball in Detroit on a cold night. But he's been Garrett Cole most of the year. 3-1. 3-2. Strike 3. He strikes out the side, and he has struck out 4 in a row. And of the 4 strikeouts, 3 of them looking. There's one against Brujan. Kiermaier swings and misses. A little more window shopping. Strike 3. 24th, when the Yankees take on the Astros for Nasty Nestor Night. The first 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Nasty Nestor Cortez t-shirt courtesy of Ford. Tickets are going fast, so get your tickets today, Yankees.com. And Kevin Kiermaier is leaving the game. He did that in the series in New York with an Achilles problem, so Phillips takes over in center field. Trevino leads off against McClanahan. You want me to get you a Nasty Nestor t-shirt so bad, right?
You listen, I miss you because you read my mind a lot, and I was looking at that shirt going, how do I get at least 3 of them?
3? No, I don't know if I can do that.
No, I need you to pull some strings. I need at least 3. I need a couple larges, maybe a medium.
Cam, I don't have
Just
any
because.
strings. I don't have any strings, man.
Just pull the one that you have, then.
I'm telling you, I pull a string, it could snap. It's all over. Now Meredith has strings. She can get you some of those t-shirts.
That's very doubtful. Actually, I might know somebody that might be able to help you out. But Michael, there were only 2 of those t-shirts at the stadium last week. They were waiting for the shipment to come in. They will be there by Friday, but I was able to get one of the t-shirts.
Oh, so you have one?
I used it for an interview.
So you got one of the 2.
I gave it back. There were only 2.
I'm talking to the wrong person, Michael. I don't know why I'm talking to you.
Yep.
Meredith, I need 3, please.
I got you.
Are these all 3 for you as you lose weight, gain weight, or is it for the kids?
Yeah, I'm getting my weight back up right now.
All right.
Beach, time for the beach right now.
Yeah. Very familiar.
Are you familiar? And this has just no point intended. Back in my hometown, there was a Dad Bod Olympics this past weekend for Father's Day, which I thought was really cool. I didn't make it, but would you be interested in getting in that Dad Bod Olympics?
I wouldn't be interested in getting into any Olympics. I mean, Meredith, that's a shot that I could be in the Dad Bod Olympics.
Well, the way he said it, though, he said it very nicely. Would you be interested?
There you go.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm just looking at the amount of snacks we have up here this evening. My goodness.
Ground ball is short. Brujan gets Trevino. It's time for tonight's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore, state-of-the-art healthcare in New York City, Westchester, and the Hudson Valley. IKF, left hamstring tightness, unavailable yesterday. That's why he didn't pinch run for Stanton in the 9th. Expected to be available off the bench tonight, but not starting for the 2nd straight game. Have anything else on him, Meredith?
Well, Michael, they were pretty encouraged today. IKF was out during batting practice, fielding grounders at shortstop. It looked as though he was moving pretty well laterally. He also hit in the cage. Aaron Boone said they're not overly concerned about this. They're just being cautious, knowing that they have a sizable lead. No reason to really push it. But as you mentioned, he'll be available off the bench. I wouldn't expect him to be out of that starting lineup too much longer.
0-2.
That's good news for the Yankees. I mean, IKF has been outstanding, catching the ball, understanding his role, quality at-bats throughout this season. So that's good news for him. Make sure he's playing it smart and making sure he's ready to go.
Strike 3. Marwin Gonzalez down looking. 3rd strikeout for McClanahan.
And there's the pitch that he's had so much success with this year, that breaking ball. Nice, short, tight spin. Not a ton of break, but late break, freezing Marwin for strike 3 at the bottom of the zone. See McClanahan with the good stuff, electric, live arm. A lot of talent.
LeMahieu takes inside. Lined out to Kiermaier in center field in the 1st inning. And a strike. Grounded. Right to Diaz. 7 in a row retired by McClanahan after the Rizzo home run. We go to the bottom of the third. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. Pretty electric today. He is dealing. He's got all of his pitches working. He has 4 strikeouts in a row. The final one of the first, and he strikes out the side in the second. And of the 4 strikeouts, Cameron, 3 of them are looking.
I mean, it's so great to watch him when he's healthy. He's out there. He's confident in his stuff. You talk about his success. It comes from pounding the zone. It comes from trusting that fastball. And Garrett Cole, you know, even as clean as his delivery is, he has some deception in there. The way he throws, he's at a very short strider. You know, he doesn't get out there very far. So when he throws, it looks like he's playing catch, but he gets great backspin, he gets great extension, and he gets behind the ball really well. That almost gives him that explosive action from his pitches, especially his heater, and you see the success he's having with that.
One and two. Five strikeouts in a row. That one's tipped into the glove of Trevino.
I mean, it's all about sequencing. You know, Garrett Cole, we talk about this stuff. We can continue to speak on it, you know, throughout the day, throughout the night. But it's all about sequencing. It's all about location. You know, change up, you know, down the way, and he comes back with that heater, like I said. Great extension, great ride. I mean, just blowing guys away. It's fun to watch when he's in his bag.
Pitch outside to Rene Pinto. Gets called on the outside corner, 1-1. And now 1-2. Bottom of the third inning, 1-0 Yankees lead on the Rizzo first inning home run. Deep into the seats and right. 2-2.
And that's what I like. You can hear Garrett frustrated with himself. You know, not wanting to waste pitches. And good pitchers, that's what they do. Even when they get ahead, they don't waste pitches.
Swing and a miss. 6 in a row, Cam.
And that right there, like, that is such a beautiful thing. You can see and hear the frustration on the slider before he yanked it, tried to do too much. But his ability, he wants that pitch. He wants Trevino to go back to that pitch because he wants to throw that same pitch competitive at the bottom of the zone. Looks like a heater down the way. And this is what makes him so tough, so difficult to handle. His ability to just, you know, make adjustments, pitch to pitch. This is why he's one of the best pitchers in our game right now.
There's Diaz. Missed outside, 1-0. That slider misses. 2-0 on Diaz. Diaz with a fly ball to shallow right in the first inning. Just one hit in the game, the Rizzo home run. One base runner for the Rays, a walk to G-Man Choi in the first. Three 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Three and two. So from 3-0 to full. And here's the payoff. Grounded to short. Marwin Gonzalez bobbles, regains, fires, and they get him. So that breaks the streak of 6 in a row. But still a 1-2-3 inning, 7 in a row overall. Well, it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And tonight's picture was submitted by Kenny. Doing a nice barbecue and watch the Yankees with his son over the weekend. That's great. Fan for life right there. Start them early. They stay forever. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media. Reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Here's Aaron Judge. Pitch outside. Now, we told you that Cole had struck out 6 in a row. The Yankee record for consecutive strikeouts is 8. And that was done by Ron Davis on May 4th, 1981 in Anaheim against the Angels. It's held up for a while.
You don't believe in jinxes, right?
No.
Good, because I think this is a guy that could match it. I mean, the way he is rolling right now, I'm watching his ability, his deception, to be able to throw a fastball at 99, 100 miles per hour and look like you're playing catch. There's some deception behind that. Guys are not ready for the fastball. If you watch the Rays hitters, they're not getting their foot down, they're late, they're in between, and it's because Garrett Cole, with the stuff that he has, also has some great deception as well.
Two and two on Judge. Lined out to left field in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Changeup up in the zone, but change of speed got him. Home plate umpire is Ryan Blackney. And let's see, he is pitcher friendly. More inside strikes, more low strikes. Ryan in his 8th Major League season. Now here's Rizzo, who homered in the first inning. Second left-handed hitter to homer off McClanahan this season. The other one was Jesse Winker. So 1 home run in 37 ABs to lefties, 9 home runs to right-handers, and 244 at-bats. And also, if you noticed, you see Rizzo now not choking up. Then you see him on this swing. He's choked up.
Yeah, and that's the adjustment of Anthony Rizzo. He's always, throughout his career, even though he's a power-hitting first baseman, not afraid to choke up and have barrel control. This is a guy who doesn't like to strike out. It's going to happen in our game, but he takes a lot of pride of putting the ball in play, using the whole field, and right there, taking advantage of the mistakes when you make them.
Two and one.
This says a lot about Shane McClanahan, just how good this young man is. This is a guy who really relies on stuff, but you've seen, facing a team, second time in a week, really relying on his off-speed stuff today. And commanding it extremely well. This is why he's had success. This is why he leads the league in ERA and punch-outs.
Well, he's first in all those major categories. Swing and a miss this time. He gets Rizzo.
And that pitch right there, we talk about his breaking ball, but it's that four-seam changeup. It gives me shades of Cole Hamels. A guy that used to lefty on lefty, didn't matter the count, the situation. That's a pitch he could always go get. That's actually, holds it really awkwardly, almost like a splitty that he turns over. But his ability to command that pitch is impressive.
1-0 to Stanton. One. So 5 strikeouts, no walks for McClanahan.
Got away with one right there. Giancarlo Stanton, that's the pitch. I know he likes it, but you definitely want to not leave it in the middle of the plate. It's a pitch I know Stanton wish he could have back.
Swing and a miss. McClanahan strikes out the side. He has 6 strikeouts through 4. Garrett Cole comes back out. Time for trivia. Cameron Maben was the 10th overall pick in the 2005 draft. Who are the 3 active players drafted in the first round that year? Now, do you know this, Cam?
No, I don't. It's like I used to. I had an idea. But yeah, Brett Gardner I thought was on that list. He's not playing right now.
No, he's not. Might be watching right now, but he's not playing. One and one on Margot.
I mean,
2 and 1. Swing and a miss. 2 and 2. Rays have struggled in series openers this year, puts them behind the 8 ball and winning series 8 and 13 in these games. They've also played 5 consecutive 1-run games, and they're 1 and 4 in those games. So their offense is really hurting them. Overall, they score 4.05 runs per game, which is 25th in the majors, and the Yankees score 5.15 runs per game. That's first in the majors. And that's why they have such a large lead in the East. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7.
Garrett Cole doing Garrett Cole things, punching tickets. I mean, showing you a steady diet of heaters, get you sped up just to slow you down and do this right here. And that's a swing that you do not want to watch after the game on video. Garrett Cole looking outstanding right now.
And a strike to G-Man Choi. He's the only Ray that's reached. He walked in the first inning. 8 in a row retired by Cole since that walk. That was with 2 outs in the first. Did he go? No, he did not.
G-Man able to hold up right there.
Foul back. 1 and 2.
You can actually see the level of focus go up as Garrett Cole faces G-Man Choi. You can see, how precise he's trying to be with his pitches, making sure he doesn't miss in the middle of the plate. When you know a guy has your number, it doesn't matter what kind of stuff you have. You don't want to miss in the middle of the plate because it can come back to haunt you. So you can see how careful he's being with G-Man right now.
Strike 3. 8 strikeouts for Cole in 3 2/3.
Nothing G-Man can do right there but tip the cap to Garrett Cole. Tip of the cap to Garrett Cole. Backdoor cutter, perfectly placed. Beautiful. 8th strikeout of the night. Garrett Cole.
Cole's 8th strikeout brought to you by your Tri-State Audi dealers. Stop in to see the redesigned 2022 Audi A8 today. 9 strikeouts in 5 innings, plus for Severino yesterday. And Garrett Cole having a hold my beer start. Fly ball, shallow right, Labor's there, and the Rays go down in order 1, 2, 3. And we are going to the 5th. Thank you, Bob. We go around the majors. Good news on Manny Machado. It looked ugly. Sprained left ankle, x-rays negative. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to be out for a while. Sometimes a break heals quicker than a sprain. Hopefully that's not the case here. Max Scherzer will make a rehab start tomorrow from his oblique strain. And how about the red-hot Guardians? Torres pops it up on the right side. Long run for Choi and Margot. Neither can get there. Falls between them. No play.
A lot of foul territory to work with. We've seen some great plays made here at the Trop. Not able to get that one. Margot or G-Man giving it chase.
There's a strike. Boy, sometimes we can pump up a matchup and say, oh, pitcher's duel. You know, it's 7-6 in the second inning, but it's living up to the pump today.
I mean, every bit of it. You talk about this guy, Shane McClanahan. You know, and a month or two ago, I was wondering, you know, who is this young man? And had an opportunity to watch what he can do. And he's special. I mean, his ability to locate, his ability to throw pitches. You know, something you hear me harp on all the time is free passes. Well, this guy throws so many strikes. He pounds his own. He throws all of his pitches for strikes. And then you have Garrett Cole, who's been doing it for so long, so accustomed to being great and consistent. And, you know, this is a true, you know, matchup of the aces for both squads. And I'm sure a matchup that we will get accustomed to seeing the next few seasons.
There's Josh Donaldson. (2-0) on Donaldson. 1 hit in this game, and that's the difference in the game right now. The first inning home run by Anthony Rizzo. It's 1-0 Yankees in the 5th. Line drive. It's a base hit to left center. Cutting over is Phillips. And he dives for the ball. It goes off his glove. And Donaldson's going to stop there at first base, as backing up quickly was Lowe. So there's hit number 2.
And this is a nice piece of hitting by JD right here. You see him staying down to his legs. You've seen a couple hanging changeups from McClanahan right now. So that's a pitch that I think the Yankees can possibly have some success, you know, second or third time through the lineup as they see that pitch. And then you see Brett Phillips, one of my favorite guys to watch, my first candidate for the Savannah Bananas when he's done playing baseball, having a little trouble out there.
Here's Aaron Hicks, Yankee contingent in the stands, looking for runs, and Hicks swings and misses.
What do you think, Michael? Savannah Bananas, Brett Phillips? He'd be a nice piece of that puzzle, huh?
I think you're going to see him in broadcasting. He certainly has a personality.
He is awesome. I mean, he's fun to watch. Talk about a Swiss Army knife, a guy that can do anything and everything, including give you some innings if you need it.
Up the middle, does it get through? Yes, it does. Past Brujan in the center field. Donaldson will stop at second. Phillips gets the ball into third. Back-to-back singles by the Yankees.
And that's a little bit of what the Yankees have done so well. Yes, they lead the league of homers, but they're okay with just keeping the line going, taking the single, not doing too much. And you see another big hit for Aaron Hicks right there. Rays not in a huge shift, so leaving the middle of the field open. Now, runners on the pond for Jose Trevino.
Trevino takes inside. Quite a telling move by Aaron Boone yesterday, pinch hitting Trevino for Gallo against the lefty Meza. And Gallo also sitting today against the lefty McClanahan. So I don't know if that's going to turn into a platoon situation. But against tough lefties, he might not get many swings.
Yeah, and that's the tale of two stories right there. The tale of one guy, you know, continuing to try to find himself at the plate, whether it's facing the right or the lefty, and then the tale of another guy, Jose Trevino, who's taking advantage of each and every opportunity that he gets. And, you know, a guy who's starting to look like, you know, a player that's comfortable in those big situations, in those big spots.
3-0 on Trevino. So McClanahan has not had a work out of the stretch for a while, and after the single of Donaldson, he promptly serves up a single of Hicks. Now he's 3-0 on Trevino. Ball 4, bases loaded.
A 3-0 breaking ball right there from McClanahan, and you can see Jose kind of talking to himself, a little bit surprised about that pitch selection right there. But again, that's the respect. That shows you how he's been swinging the bat, and Cash and the Rays dugout, they know, you don't want to make a mistake to this guy. He's been one of the hotter bats in the lineup, and you see a lot of respect right there to Trevino with the 3-0 breaking ball.
It's interesting. Kyle Sonata, the pitching coach, is talking with his hand, but his hand's behind his back. So there's no way that McClanahan even sees the gesticulations with the hand. Just something I noticed. That's broken up by Ryan Blakeney. And so now Marwin has the bases loaded situation with one out. Rays looking for the double play. And they might get it. There's one on to first. It's a double play. Whatever Snyder said with his hand, it worked. An around-the-horn double play off the bat of Marwin Gonzalez. Yankees get 2 hits. They strand 2. We're halfway through. It's 1-0 Yanks. 10th overall pick in the 05 draft. Who are the 3 active players drafted in the first round that year? I have a guess because he's one of my favorite ex-Yankees. Andrew McCutchen.
That's me and you guessed the same guy. I guessed another guy, but I wasn't aware he just got picked back up. The #1 overall pick, Justin Upton.
And then Jed Lowry.
Then I forgot about Jed Lowry. Very nice position player draft right there, that 2005 draft class.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Yankees had an opportunity to give Cole more work, or room to work, and the double play off the bat of Gonzalez ended that. So now it'll be Brujan, Phillips, and Paredes.
Tell you a cool story about Justin Upton and Andrew McCutchen, Michael. In high school, our senior year, we were 1, 2, and 3 in batting average. I think Justin Upton led the 3 of us. I think I was second and Andrew McCutchen was third, but a really special draft class, and 2 guys who I've been friends with for a long time, and truly enjoyed to watch the great careers that they've had and continue to have.
What I loved about McCutchen is how he would really swag out of the box after a walk, like he had a home run.
Yeah, he's always had that. He's always had the drib. He's always had a flair for the dramatic, and on top of that, this dude can play some baseball. Some of the quickest hands I've ever seen on the baseball field in my career. Gary Sheffield, Andrew McCutchen, special Ricky Weeks, some special hand speed.
1-2 on Brujan, 8 strikeouts in 4 innings for Cole. 2-2. And the pitch. Strike 3, 9 strikeouts.
Number 35, Brett Phillips.
And here's Brett Phillips, his first at bat. Kiermaier, who's been having trouble with the left Achilles, had to leave the game after striking out in the second inning. First pitch to Phillips is a strike. Three hits in the game. The Yankees have all of them. In the bottom of the fifth inning, 1 out. Nobody on. 1-1 count on Phillips. Watch Kiermaier's final swing here. Like he grimaces and kind of hops off. Probably re-aggravated that sore Achilles. 3-1 on Brett Phillips. Now they're saying it's a left hip inflammation. You know, sometimes that happens, Cameron. Your left Achilles is bothering you. Kind of adjust the way you walk, and you could affect another part of the body.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a huge possibility. You see it all the time. You come back from one injury and then overcompensate, and other things start to happen. And as I said, earlier, unfortunately, this has been the story of Kevin Kiermaier's career, just riddled with injuries, whether it's big, whether it's little. Just not being able to stay on the field has been a big part of what's been his nemesis and his hiccup right now.
Well, that breaks a string of 11 straight Rays retired as Phillips works a walk on the 3-2 pitch. And here's Isaac Paredes. He struck out looking in the second.
Isaac Paredes, an ex-teammate of mine for a short period of time in Detroit. Huge prospect there. A guy that they were looking to do some special things. Now getting an opportunity here in Tampa to play every day and solidify himself as an everyday big leaguer.
Now he's throwing over because Phillips runs, and he's 6 for 6 in stolen base attempts this year. Now Cole has not worked out of the stretch since the first inning, and now he has to pay attention to Phillips. We're probably kicking himself for walking the light-hitting Phillips.
And you can better believe a guy like Brett Phillips, a team struggling to create runs, a lot of one-run losses. If he gets the right count, he's definitely going to be looking for a pitch that he can go on.
Snap throw to first. Nice pick there by Rizzo. Now Tampa Bay does run, at least they attempt to. They have 44 stolen bases, but they've been caught 19 times. That's not a really great percentage.
And especially when you're talking about a team who deals heavy in analytics, it's already kind of a thing that you don't even want to attempt stolen bases. They're almost not even worth it unless you know you can make it. So being caught 19 times definitely kind of goes against what the analytics are preaching.
And it also speaks to the fact that they have to create runs. They just don't have enough offense, so they're trying to do something on the field. And you know, the analytic thought process, if you're going to steal bases, you got to be successful over 80% of the time. Anything less than that doesn't make sense.
Pretty good lead.
1-2 on Paredes.
As you think about it, it's kind of always been Tampa's mantra, Tampa Bay's way of playing. They've done a lot of the little things well. They pitch well, they play good defense. They find ways to manufacture runs and win those close ball games, but this year they haven't been able to do that. So really not out of the norm of what they typically love to do anyway.
High fly ball, right field, Stanton. 2 down. Well, here's the state of the Tampa Bay offense. So in runs per game, they've had a decrease of 1.24 runs per game from last year. That's the 3rd largest drop in the majors. And as for home runs, last year they had 1.37 per game. This year is 0.91. That's the 4th largest drop in the majors as well. So it's not happening offensively for the Rays. Their pitching has been great, both in the bullpen and the starters. And the 19 caught stealing, that's the most in the majors. Really paying attention to Phillips.
You know, and it makes you wonder, Michael, when you talk about that stat, you know, and them having struggles, you know, putting runs on the board. Is that the carousel of, you know, the same thing of, you know, having good players and then, you know, getting rid of them and trying to, you know, always be ready for the next guy to step up? You know, eventually you're going to have to settle in and get some everyday guys and have some guys that you consider the future, you know, to your franchise. You know, but you see each year in and each year out, you know, they're not scared to, you know, trade away a good prospect who had a good year. They do a great job with their pitching, but from an offensive standpoint, it seems to be a carousel of new guys always coming in, trying to get their feet up under them. So eventually you think that might affect you offensively.
That's why they brought up Josh Lowe today, the guy at the plate. His 2nd stint in the big leagues. He started here on opening day, but he had .299 with 6 homers and 35 ribbies in 36 games for AAA Durham. So they're looking to catch lightning in a bottle.
It's not always easy for those guys to come up here and replicate that success at this big league level.
Runner goes, big jump. Fouled away. He had the base stolen. 1-2. So Cole has been consumed with Phillips. He's made 6 pickoff throws. Well, 5, and then the 1 throw from Trevino. One-two, timeout right at the last moment. And Cole is varying how long he holds the ball just to throw off Phillips.
For young pitchers at home, if you're working on your pickoff move, if you don't have the best one, this is another way of holding runners, you know, varying your times to home. And you see Garrett Cole doing that right now, and it just throws off the rhythm of a base runner as a base stealer. You know, whenever your legs get heavy, get under you, start to shake, you're less likely to run and try to get that bag. So this is this is a bit of, you know, working him as well, trying to get him tired, try to get his, you know, his legs from being up under him, where maybe he's just a step slower, you know, not as quick of a jump as you would get. So it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game right now between Garrett Cole and Brett Phillips.
Just missed. All right, so they have 44 stolen bases tied for 4th in the majors, but they've been caught the most, and under 70% success rate. That's 22nd. And that's been a huge initiative with the Yankees this year, controlling the running game. And Luis Rojas, the third base coach, is the man that's helping to do it. That's with working with the pitchers, the catchers, first baseman. He has worked on that. That's been a big job for him. So now the runner will go 3-2, 2 outs. Backing up is Rizzo. 1-0 Yanks. Bottom of the 5th. And that's ball 4. So they're making Cole work this inning.
And I'm not sure, but I think Garrett might still be frustrated about that timeout call mid-pitch. And, the pitcher's in the zone. Garrett's one of the most fierce competitors on the baseball field. So when things like that happen, I know he's not too happy about it.
And I think that Matt Blake probably realized that as well and wants to give him a little bit of a blow and settle him down. And the thing that's really bothering Garrett Cole is he walked Brett Phillips. That's kind of what started this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think if he could get that one back, he'd have definitely challenged him a little bit more and not try to be too fine. And we talked about it. When Garrett Cole gets into trouble or, not looking like the guy that we know he can be, it's usually when he tries to get a little bit too fine. Instead of trusting himself, pounding the zone, and blowing guys away.
The only number that you see that gives you some concern, and that's a product of all the strikeouts, Cam. He's had 82 pitches now in the 5th inning. So, a strikeout is at least 3 pitches and usually a lot more than that. No easy 1-pitch outs. Here's Pinto, the number 9 hitter. Swing and a miss. Started with the slider.
And that first swing right there, that's a youthful young swing. You Garrett Cole on the mound. 1-0 ball game. You want to be that guy to drive in that tying run.
Two straight sliders against Pinto. 0-2.
And 2 swings trying to do way too much.
One, two. One, 3-0 for the Yankees. 0s across for Tampa Bay. 2 runners on, 2 walks. Near the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 10. And Cole works into and out of trouble. He is still not allowed a hit. We go to the 6th inning. It's 1-0 Yankees. Matching up here in St. Pete. And it has lived up to the hype. Swings and misses galore. Overpowering stuff by Cole and McClanahan. And after 5 innings, Cole has 10 strikeouts, 3 walks. McClanahan 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's allowed 3 hits and 1 run on the Rizzo home run. Cole is yet to allow a hit. As we start the 6th inning, DJ LeMahieu takes outside from the young left-hander, 1-0. LeMahieu's 0 for 2. Fly ball to center, ground ball to third. 2-0. That's the longest wait on the bench that McClanahan's had, as Cole ran into his first real problem, but got out of it. Cole 10 strikeouts through 5. Two and 1. following up his strong performance against the Rays in New York with an even better one here in St. Pete. 2-2 as the top of the Yankee order against McClanahan. And the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. So the count is full at 3-2.
See if McClanahan 3-2. DJ LeMahieu leading off this inning. See if he goes back to that four-seam changeup that he's been throwing, having a lot of success with tonight against the righties.
And LeMahieu takes a long walk, steps out to slow things down. McClanahan just waiting there on the rubber. And the payoff. Dribbled slowly to third. And he's out. What a play by Choi on the throw by Diaz. LeMahieu says he's safe, but the first base umpire, Marvin Hudson, punched him out. And they are not going to challenge.
It's an outstanding play by Yandy Diaz. Keeping concentration as McClanahan misses it. Being able to keep his eyes on that ball. Great stretch by Choi at first. I mean, just an outstanding play all around. And you can see the energy and the excitement from Shane McClanahan, knowing that's a huge play. Any out is a big out.
And the pitch to Judge is inside, 1-0.
You know, I think DJ beats that ball. You know, he had a little bit of a slip on his follow-through and his swing, and I think that little slip caused him to not be able to beat that play out, and that's a huge first out in the 6th inning.
Well, it makes it more remarkable. I believe that the ball initially went off the glove of McClanahan.
Yeah, you see right there, that little slip, just enough to just beat DJ. But you're right, Michael, the ability to concentrate, and it did likely just ricochet, but his ability to keep his eyes down on that ball and make that play, outstanding from Yandy.
And with Choi, his foot was off the bag, and then he found the bag without looking for it as he picked up the scoop as well. That's a good play by him. So 2-1 on Judge, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Three and 1 on the Yankee center fielder. Fouled away. Now, one thing they do in the trap is they try to manufacture noise. They do a good job. And Judge calls time. And just like that, some action in the Rays bullpen. McClanahan had 83 pitches. And the payoff. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 98 miles an hour upstairs.
You know, McClanahan looking down in the bullpen, wondering why is anybody up right now the way he's pitching. Throwing extremely well, you see, and climbing the ladder to get Aaron Judge. I mean, he's done a really good job. We talk about his curveball, but he's done an outstanding job of mixing in that changeup off his fastball. And for people at home, most of all hitters, we're sitting on the fastball. We're always geared for the heater. So when you have a changeup like he has that looks like the four-seamer, it is the equalizer. And you know, everybody wants a nasty breaking pitch, but when you have a changeup like he has, it can really do a lot of wonders for you, as you're seeing tonight.
He starts off Rizzo with a strike on the outside corner. Rizzo is the offense tonight. The 2-out home run in the first inning, deep into the seats and right. That's the only run on the board. And that one served up the middle, a base hit. Almost on a check swing, as Rizzo picks up a 2-out single here in the 6th.
And this is what I love to see. You know, Anthony, if you ask him about his season, I'm sure he'll be happy with the damage and the production, but I know he hasn't quite still swung the bat like he wants. But right here, this is Anthony Rizzo at his best. You know, going up top to hit a homer, then coming back on a really good slider, not doing too much, you know, beating the shift and taking the single. And he's been a professional hitter throughout his career, and he continues to do that.
Now, he came into tonight 0 for 8 in his career against McClanahan. Tonight he's 2 for 3. So go figure, or maybe he's figured something out.
You know, 0 for 8 is a small sample size against a guy with stuff like this. You haven't seen a lot, so maybe he has made some adjustments.
There's a strike to Stanton. Stanton's 0 for 2. Grounded back to the mound and a strikeout. Strike 2. And the pitch. 1-2. 1-4-0 for the Yankees. Zeros across for Tampa Bay. Yankees trying to bounce back from their first double-digit run scored against them, and they've held Tampa Bay to 0 tonight. Yankees scored 9 runs yesterday and lost. They'd been 13-0 when they scored 9 or more runs, but the Blue Jays beat them 10-9 to snap their 9-game winning streak. Yankees trying to start another one tonight. 2-2. Foul back. McClanahan steps off. McClanahan averages 12 strikeouts per 9 innings. He has a whip under 1. Put together a great year. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Boy, that changeup has been effective. No runs a hit. 1 man left. Tell your friends, tune in. We got a good one. Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees, and by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. They're in there playing right now. 1-0 Yankees lead on the Rizzo first inning home run. So far it's held up. 10 strikeouts and 3 walks issued by Garrett Cole. Shane McClanahan looks like his night is done after 6 innings. And the top of the order against Cole. Diaz 0 for 2 against the Yankee right-hander. 1-0. Choi with a walk in the first, then walks to Phillips and Lowe in the 5th. And those are the only base runners for the Rays. So now Garrett Cole has 16 games with 10 or more strikeouts, and those are the Yankees ahead of him Top of the list is Ron Guidry with 23. Ground ball, backhanded by Marwin Gonzalez. Sets and fires, got him.
That's a nice list to be on, Michael, in a very short period of time for the Yankees. Look at what Garrett Cole's been able to do his time in the Bronx. It's been pretty special already.
Here's Margot. He's 0 for 2. Grounded to second and struck out. That one missed. Don't know exactly how. Looked like he got the box, top of the box. Fly ball, right field. Long run for Stanton. And he makes the play in foul territory for the second out.
We've talked about this throughout the season. Big G speaking on his time and right, how he's enjoyed it, how it's rejuvenated him and kept him locked there throughout the game. And I always say, don't worry about Big G. He has one speed, and that's smooth.
Here's G-Man Choi. 0 for 1 with the walk, a walk and a strikeout. Swings to a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. High fly ball, deep left, backing up Hicks. He's on the track, and he'll make the play. And the Rays go down in order through 6 innings. Garrett Cole pitching a no-hitter. Yankees lead 1-0. Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. And Cam, he needed a quick inning to keep his pitch count in control. That's what he got.
Yeah, he did. We know how competitive Garrett Cole is, and with the way he's rolling right now, he needed a quick inning. He got just that. Pounding the zone, coming right at these Rays hitters. Big outs, quick outs, get him in, get him off his feet so he can get right back out there and get back to it. Nice outing, nice inning right there from Garrett Cole.
Cadillac scoreboard, 1-4-0 for the Yanks, zeros across for Tampa Bay. So here's Ryan Thompson taking over for McClanahan. This will be his 26th game. Gleyber Torres lashes one to right field. It's a base hit. Margot's going to play it up against the wall. And Torres has started the inning with a double.
And this is how you want to start off the 7th if you're Yankees. Gleyber not wasting any time. Beautiful swing. Not sure where it went. He had to find it and didn't realize that he stayed inside this ball so nicely and hit it down the right field line. But a beautiful swing, a beautiful piece of hitting, and a nice double to get the 7th inning started. Exactly what Garrett Cole and the Yankees want to see.
There's Josh Donaldson, single to left center in the 5th inning. Amazing you hear the "Let's Go Yankees" chant here in St. Pete. Always a big hub for Yankee fans. They train right across the bay in Tampa. A lot of transplanted New Yorkers down here, and a lot of people make the trip when the Yankees are at the Trop. So a loud contingent tonight. There's the strike.
This is one of those places when you're a Yankees player, you almost feel like you're playing another home game at times, Michael. It's one of those places as a Yankee I enjoyed coming because you knew the crowd was going to be behind you, and going to do everything they could to keep this home crowd out of it.
Torres leads off second here in the 7th. The Yankees lead 1-0. And there's a strike whispering across the outside corner. 2-2.
Thompson, one of those guys that I feel like with his delivery at times can be effectively wild. You know, he's a guy who his mechanics have to be on point for him to be able to repeat and have success. So this is a guy who eyes have to be in the right spot.
Runner goes to third, big jump, and he's going to make it standing. Stolen base for Gleyber Torres.
And these are the areas where the Yankees wanted to improve. I mean, Gleyber catching Thompson, falling asleep, a walking lead. I mean, great pitch to run on, two-seamer sinking in, tough pitch to throw. I mean, Gleyber just doing it all right now. I mean, playing a complete baseball game.
Infield
Exciting
comes in. 3-2 count on Donaldson. Strike 3. He catches the outside corner to strike out Donaldson for the first out. That's a big out.
It's a big out, base open. You can tell by this take, Josh Donaldson, you know, he's looking for a slider right here. And this just catching the outside corner. You can tell with this take, it starts out away. He's expecting this ball to break off the plate for what would be ball 4, and just a well-executed pitch. And sometimes you just got to tip your hat. And you see him right there talking about that ball coming back. Not what JD was looking for right there at all.
Infield in. Hicks 1 for 2. Big cut. 0-1.
Seen Aaron had some success last series with runners in scoring position. But even right there, you see it early in the count. You know, just a really, really big swing. You hear Paul talk about it at times. You know, cutting back on the swing, not doing too much, just putting the barrel on the ball, infield in.
0-2 on Hicks. Check swing, but strike 3. Hicks down looking.
And you can see right here, Aaron Hicks taking this slider, the bottom of the zone for strike 3. And it just looks like at that bat where I'm just not sure how well Hicksy was picking the ball up from Thompson. I mean, some pitches at the bottom that I think if you look back at it, maybe below the zone, but pitches that you definitely had to get a swing off and try to get that run in.
Here's Trevino. And a strike. So those 2 strikeouts kind of render the steal of third as unimportant. You know, that steal, nobody out, you bring the infield in, the batter becomes a better batter, but they looked at 2 called third strikes.
And that's my thing, Michael. You can't go down looking right there. I mean, you have to find a way if you're Josh Donaldson and Aaron Hicks to put the bat on the ball, at least give yourself an opportunity to cash in on the extra run right there. So going down looking, never what you want to do as a hitter. If Thompson is locating that two-seamer backdoor to righties, it really opens up the plate for him. This is a guy that, as a right-handed hitter, you really have to have your eyes in the right spot, get this guy close to you. I think that's where you can have an opportunity to do the most damage.
3-1. Strike two. You know, all of those pitches look like they are on the corner, according to the box. That might have been a little bit low, but he's had the same strike zone for both teams. And that was a strike, if you believe the box. Gonna be a tough play. Charging, Brujan. And he just gets, no! The throw pulled Choi off the bag. Scoring is Torres. It's 2-0 Yankees. How about the speed of Jose Trevino?
Well, they say speed kills, Michael. And Jose Trevino out of the box, off the bat, he smelled the opportunity to give his team a chance to add an insurance run. Great play by Brujan right here. You see the stretch by Choi, and he just clanks it. He just absolutely clanks it, misses that ball, and I know if he can get that back, he'll tell you that's a play he has to make, and you can see the elation from Trevino right there. He knows how big a run that is in this baseball game.
Yeah, that has scored an E3. I thought his foot had come out the bag. Didn't see him drop it, but he did clank it, as Cameron said. And there's a strike.
And that's what I love about this team. You know, their whole thing is no matter what, finding a way. You know, and Jose Trevino right there, you know, busting his tail out of the box, trying to get up the line and making a close play, causing Choi to stretch too much, and huge run right there.
Looked like Trevino was going to go there for a moment.
And here it is again. Watch off the bat. I mean, he's out of the box. He can smell it. Look at the catcher get on the line to make this a close play, causing that overstretch and that blunder at first for a huge insurance run for Garrett Cole and the Yankees.
Now, Choi is known for his splits at first base, but sometimes the stretch is not necessary.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Michael. And I don't think it was necessary right there. That was a great play by Brujan and a pretty good throw.
And he drops that one, and now the crowd getting on him.
And that's just what happens in this game when you get frustrated and you know things happen. It can start to trickle over and start to affect you in other ways. And you see him coming right back and booting another ball at first just on a pickoff move. You can see the frustration in his face, but he's got to pull it together and lock it in.
High fly ball, right field. Margot there, and he'll put it away to retire Gonzalez. But the Yankees get an unearned run on one hit. Time for the 7th inning stretch. 2-5-0 for the Yanks. Zeros across for Tampa Bay. 10 strikeouts, 3 walks, no hits in 6 innings for Cole. McClanahan a strong 6 innings, 1 run, 4 hits. Rizzo solo home run in the first. He's the only run he allowed. And Cole has 93 pitches. His season high 114 on May 8th versus Texas. His career high 129. He threw 7 pitches in the 6th to keep it under control. There's a Rosarena to start the 7th. Now, the run that the Yankees scored in the 7th unearned, it's the 45th unearned run allowed this season by Tampa Bay, the most in the majors. The Yankees have allowed 8 unearned runs this season, the fewest in the majors. Ground ball is short. Gonzalez gets a Rosarena. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Shortstop, number 7, Vidal Brujan.
Here's Brujan, who has struck out twice, both times looking, once in the 2nd and once in the 5th. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 2-0 Yankees, first game of this 3-game set. Cole so far brilliant on the mound. Foul right back. An announced crowd of 16,504 here at the Trop on this Monday night. Fouled away, 1-2. Three walks against Cole. 1 in the first, 2 in the 5th. Otherwise, no one has reached. 1-2 count on Brujan, who was struck out twice. Now 3 times. Strikeout number 11 for Garrett Cole.
Not the pitch that Garrett Cole might have wanted it, or the location he might have wanted it in, but nonetheless a strike for strike 3. Great job of receiving from Trevino.
Cole's been here before, 6 in 2/3 innings against Detroit of perfect baseball. And it was finally foiled, but that was a perfect game. And that is the base hit that broke it up. Phillips swings and misses, 0-1. Phillips took over for Kiermaier in the 3rd inning. Kiermaier struck out. Phillips walked in the 5th. 0-2. The veteran right-hander gets the sign, winds, kicks, and deals the 0-2. Foul straight back. .102 pitches for Garrett Cole.
And at this point, you can see Garrett not wasting one of them, going right at these hitters, attacking, locked in.
Swing and a miss, got him. A 1-2-3 inning. 12 strikeouts over 7 innings for Cole. He is yet to allow a hit. Call people, text them, tell them to tune into Yes. Yankees lead 2-0 and Cole is pitching a gem. Well, here are the latest run totals from FanDuel Sportsbook. There's 2 on the board, so the over-under is 3. Over is 146. Under is plus 114. The odds are subject to change. Right now, new customers get $200 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now. Start making every moment more. Now we go to the 8th inning. Top of the Yankee order. Calvin Fauché misses outside to LeMahieu. This is his 8th game this season. Yankees saw him in the series in New York last week. Now the Rays have been a no-hit once already this season. May 10th at Anaheim. Reed Detmers did it. In fact, they've been no-hit 5 times since the start of 2009. Now the question the Yankees have to deal with, if Cole gets through this 8th, is this an important milestone to push him past maybe his career high of 129 pitches?
That is the question, especially today's game where we, want to manage and monitor pitching and pitches. So definitely be a dilemma for Aaron Boone and staff to try to figure out how they want to navigate through this. But, one thing that I saw from Garrett Cole last inning is, he definitely was going right at guys. He was not wasting any time, nibbling. I mean, he was in that here it is, hit it mentality, and that's what you like to see when the guy's getting up and, in pitches and deep into the game.
I think of the 5 starters, I think Boone would trust Cole and let him go.
He's got that look in his eye right now, too, Michael. I mean, he looks like he wants this game. This is his game. You can see him taking deep breaths here and there. You can just see him trying to pace himself because he wants this game. Sometimes you can just look into a guy's face and tell, you know, whether he wants to be out there or not, and Garrett Cole has that look right now.
Three-two, chopped to short. Nice hop for Bruhan, and he gets LeMahieu. And also, Cameron, surprisingly, the Rays are making it a bit easier. They're not really working the count. A 7-pitch, 6th inning, then they went down fairly quickly in the 7th inning as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, on top of that, Michael, you know, here and there, you know, those 1-pitch outs, like you said, he was racking up a lot of strikeouts, with, you know, which gets you deep in your pitch count. But the last inning or so, able to get those quick pitch outs, you know, getting him deeper into this game and giving an opportunity to continue to go deep and finish.
7 pitches in the 6th, 10 pitches in the 7th. Here's Judge. Swing and a miss. Judge 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts tonight. One, bounced up there. There have been 12 Yankee no-hitters in the organization's illustrious life, which started in 1903. The first one was George Mogridge, April 24th, 1917 at Boston. The most recent one, Corey Kluber, May 19th, 2021 at Texas. And that includes Don Larson's perfect game in the postseason, the World Series in '56. MVP chant here at the Trop. 2-2.
You see for Shea get away with 2 of those hanging breaking balls that Aaron Judge clearly seeing well, just not quite able to catch one of them, but that's definitely a pitch he doesn't want to continue to miss with in the middle of the plate against Aaron Judge.
Now, we mentioned that Tampa Bay has been no-hit by the Angels, and Reed Detmers on the mound, and a little bit of a positive coincidence. The home plate umpire in that game was Ryan Blakely. That's who's coming up next inning. The bottom of the order. And Pinto wants to talk with Fauché. There are the no-hitters that the Yankees have thrown. Grounded foul. And the 3-2. And Judge works a walk. Well-earned walk there by Judge. That'll bring up Rizzo. Rizzo 2 for 3 against McClanahan. Now let's take a look at Rizzo's first inning home run, the exit velocity presented by Spectrum Mobile. Go to spectrummobile.com today. Travel 410 feet, an exit velo of 102.8. One and 0. There's a strike, 1-1. Well, the scoring in this game, the home run by Rizzo in the first, then a double leading up the seventh by Torres. He steals third, but Donaldson and Hicks both strike out looking with the infield in, and then Trevino hits a slow chopper to short. The throw was made to first and simply dropped by Choi, allowing Torres to score. That's the scoring in the game. Runner goes. No throw, stolen base for Judge.
And that was an absolutely great jump by Aaron Judge. Not the biggest lead, but picking them up, putting them down quite quickly. Aaron Judge getting himself a bag right there and getting a scoring position for Anthony Rizzo. Aaron Boone likes it. Playing an all-around baseball game. I'm sure Boone loves to see that.
Grounded, foul. So Judge puts himself in scoring position with one out. Rizzo with a 2-2 count. Cole pacing in the Yankee dugout on the third base side. Fouled away. Now, teammates usually don't talk to the pitchers that are throwing no-hitters, but David Cone did talk with David Wells, actually joked with him on the bench, said, why don't you show me something and break out a knuckleball? 2-2. Check swing, did he go? Ball gets away, he did not go, so the count 3-2. David Cone, when he pitched his perfect game, had a talk with himself after the 8th inning. He looked in the mirror and said, this is it. You have to do it. Show me something. Three-two. Swing and a miss. Rizzo down on strikes. Some pressure on Trevino as well. He's making the calls. Here's Stanton. 1-0. And a strike, 1-1. Stanton's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Grounded out to McClanahan. That was in the first, struck out in the 4th and in the 6th. Judge, who walked with 1 out, then stole second. He's at second with 2 outs and a 1-1 count on Stanton. Yankees lead 2-0. Driven into left center field, but right there is Lowe to make the play to retire Stanton here in the 8th. Yankees strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. perfect, but he's been great.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. I mean, fastball electric, slider electric. I mean, pounding the zone, not wasting any time getting ahead of hitters, putting hitters behind the count. I mean, it's been really fun to watch Garrett Cole, a man amongst boys tonight, pitching with a lot of confidence, a lot of poise, on the same page with Jose Trevino. I mean, just outstanding watching what he's been able to do tonight on the mound for the Yankees.
Bottom of the order, Gallo takes over in right, and the pitch to Paredes is a breaking ball strike. Paredes is 0 for 2, a strikeout looking and a fly ball to right field. So Gallo in for Stanton in right field. The 0-1. Up the middle and through for a base hit. Paredes leads off with a single, and that'll do it on the no-hitter for Garrett Cole.
And this is one of those situations, you know, great night from Garrett Cole. Hindsight 2020, he's been extremely aggressive with his fastball in the zone. Right there, I think just maybe one too many breaking balls that he socked Paredes, and nice swing for a base hit, and you can see the look on Garrett Cole's face, knowing he made a mistake, and Isak been able to take advantage of that mistake.
Well, now the Yankees have to worry about the game. It's just a 2-0 lead. And Clay Holmes heating up. So runner on first base here in the 8th as the no-hitter has been broken up. And a strike.
It's one of those things, Michael, where it just lets you know, even as great as Garrett Cole has been tonight, as good as his stuff is, it's hard to just roll through a big league lineup 4 and 5 times, you know, without somebody scratching.
I've had the thrill of calling 8 no-hitters, and each one of them nail-biters. Obviously, the nerves are there. And, you know, the last one we saw was last year, Corey Kluber, and then the 2 perfect games by the 2 Davids, Cone and Wells. So it looked like he had the stuff today, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And now this is a situation where you can see the hit is given up. You know Garrett has been digging extremely deep to try to get through this game, and, you know, some back-to-back balls right here. Now you can see the fatigue set in.
And you can see that Boone wants to go right from Cole to Holmes. No matter how many outs that is, Cole to Holmes, there's not going to be any bridge to the closer. Fouled away.
.110 pitches into this game, and Garrett Cole still reaching back, finding 96. So the stuff is still there. This is when you start to worry about the command.
Three-two. Fly ball, deep center, going back Judge. He's on the track, he's at the wall. He makes the play. Paredes all the way to second, will head back to first. Judge used up every inch of real estate to haul that in.
You see Garrett Cole giving the point out to center field, letting the big fella know I needed that one. That's a big play. Great jump, great play. Aaron got turned around, but doing a great job of flipping his head around, finding the wall, making a great defensive play for Garrett Cole, keeping the Rays right where they are.
Well, that was enough for Boone to see he's going to go to Holmes. Listen to the hand for Garrett Cole as he comes off the mound. Well, Lowe gave it a ride, was bidding to tie the game with one swing. Right down the middle. Looked like Cole thought he had it, but then when he saw Judge make the catch, he felt really good about things, but Boone didn't. Because Boone said, okay, after 111 pitches, the emotion of losing no-hitter, that'll do it. So 7 1/3, and they go to Clay Holmes. And Francisco Mejia is going to pinch hit for Pinto. Swing and a miss.
You take a look at Garrett Cole on that play, looking at the dugout, and I think that was one of those looks, after that hit was given up and he worked deep into that count. I think that was one of those looks like, all right, guys, I think that's enough. It's a call to the bullpen, and Garrett Cole pitched an outstanding job tonight and giving his team another chance to win a ball game.
It was a little concerning now, being a Monday morning quarterback, the pacing in the dugout. Usually don't see pitchers do that like that, the way he did between the 7th and the 8th, or the top of the 8th and the bottom of the 8th. He did a lot of pacing. Inside to the pinch hitter Mejia. So another great performance by Cole against Tampa Bay, 3 of them this year. And now they're asking Holmes to get a 5-out save. Swing and a miss. Grounded and past Rizzo down the right field line. Paredes heading to third. They're going to hold him right there. Mejia with a pinch hit double. And now the Rays are set up. Runners at second and third. 1 man out here in the 8th.
And this is a big swing from Francisco Mejia right here. It's one of those guys who makes you a little bit nervous. He's a guy that's considered a bad ball hitter, free swinger, and putting a good swing on that two-seamer right there and hitting it down the line for a double. Anthony Rizzo just not quite able to get leather on that ball.
Well, that brings up Diaz. The Yankees keep the infield back. They'll give up the run. They don't want to give up 2. There's a strike. Reaches out and spoils that one. Then the count 0-2. Against Cole, Diaz 0 for 3. Fly ball to right, 2 ground balls to short. And the 0-2. That was 100. No, that first it was 100, then they said it was a slider.
I think it was 100 off the bat.
Oh,
going
gotcha.
The other way. You get ex velo even for foul balls around here.
It's impressive. That one's chopped back to Holmes. He's going to take it himself. A run scores with Mejia moving to third. So Yankees now up 2-1. Second inherited runner to score off of Holmes this season, and he's inherited 13 runners. Here's Margot. Infield back with 2 outs, obviously. Swing and a miss. 0-1. a very big batter in this game with the tying run 90 feet away. 2 men out. Oh, and 2.
It's a nasty slider right here from Clay Holmes. Margot not even close. You know, having to honor that nasty two-seamer sinker. Waving a miss at the slider.
And the 0-2. Did he go? No. The Yankees listing toward the third base dugout. Trevino can't believe it wasn't called strike 3.
And I love catchers like Jose Trevino. You see pre-pitch just really giving Clay Holmes the indication of where you want his eyes, where you want him to set up his targets to throw this pitch. A little bit more off the plate than he would have liked, but I just love the little things from Jose Trevino when he's behind the plate.
1-2. Upstairs. Two 5-0 Yankees, 1-2-1 for the Rays. First game of this 3-game set. Going to be a very tough play. And it's a base hit, and he throws it away. Game is tied as Mejia scores. Margot with an infield single and an RBI. It's 2-2.
And this is one of those plays, back-to-back soft contact. But Manny Margot, one of those guys who gets down the line extremely well. This is why it's important to just be able to make contact, put the ball in play to give yourself an opportunity. And Manny Margot able to bring in the tying run for the Rays. Keep this ball game going, keep the Rays' chances alive.
That's the first run that Clay Holmes has allowed since opening day. So his scoreless streak is over. At 31 2/3 innings. In the dirt, blocked there by Trevino. So with an outstanding evening of work, Garrett Cole will not get a victory in this one. And the Rays, who've had such trouble scoring runs, they scratched 2 right here, still batting in the bottom of the 8th. Two-0 on Choi. Choi 0 for 2 with a walk against Cole. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning, 2-2 game. 3-0. They've been very careful with him all game. Rosarena, who was slumping, is on deck. And the Yankees need to get some action in the bullpen because now that the game is tied and Holmes has thrown 17 pitches already, do you want to keep him in there for the 9th? There's a strike. Wandy Peralta getting ready. And the 3-1. Choi walks. And that moves the go-ahead run into scoring position. And Matt Blake will come out and talk with Clay Holmes. Well, Clay Holmes' scoreless streak ends at 31 1/3. They don't count the third inning, or the third of an inning he got so far. So that means Jack Aker, named for the past, he has the longest streak intact at 33 innings. That was in 1969. This goes back to the live ball era starting in 1920, according to stats. Then 31 2/3 for Allie Reynolds in 1951, and 31 1/3 tying Holmes, Ryan Duran in 1959. So here is Randy Arozarena. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Margot, the go-ahead run at second. G-Man Choi at first. Bottom of the 8th inning, 2 runs already in. Arozarena, 4 at-bats against Holmes in his career, does not have a hit. And the pitch. Backhanded by Trevino, and the count 1-0. Missed outside, 2-0. Yankee starters have been so good this year that 4 of them have had no-hit bids through 6 or more innings this season. Cortez, Tyone, and twice Cole. Little cat and mouse game going on.
Trying to keep an eye on Manny Margot out there at second, making sure he's not getting too big of a lead just in case of a base hit. Alpha has the opportunity to throw him out at home.
Big cut. Well, the Yankees have really good arms in center and in right. Hicks's arm showed a little electricity. He made a great throw from left field a couple of weeks ago that opened everybody's eyes that maybe his arm's coming back. But you know about center and you know about right. Gleyber Torres was calling time at second base and nobody noticed him. He was waving his arms. He still has his hand up. He's saying, look at me. But Holmes didn't see it. You'll see him waving his arms right there.
Yeah, not sure what Gleyber saw out there, but, you know, those guys in the middle of the infield, they've got a pretty idea of what's happening, what's going on. So Gleyber saw something that he clearly didn't like.
2-2. Upstairs. 3-2. Now that gives the Rays an advantage with Margot. He'll be going on 3-2, 2 outs. Well, you never see the indecision on Holmes so far this year. He keeps stepping off. Usually ready to throw once he gets the sign. First and second, 3-2, 2 outs, runners go. And the pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt. The throw to first, and that will do it as Holmes works out of further trouble. But the Rays tie the score. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 men left.
Yeah, Garrett Cole, I mean, absolutely in his bag tonight. Coming out, giving the Yankees the opportunity to win this ball game. 8 innings of just dominance. I mean, 1 hit, giving this team, I mean, every opportunity. And you see right there, 1 mistake tonight from Garrett Cole, allowing that hit by Isak Paredes. But electric, efficient, consistent, Garrett Cole, all the above for the player of the game tonight. Great job.
Now the Yankees are going to try to win this game and avoid their first 2-game losing streak of June. 2-5-0 for the Yanks, 2-3-1 for Tampa Bay. And Jason Adam, who's done a good job for them, a great job as a matter of fact, will take over to pitch the 9th. And he'll face Gleyber Torres to start off the 9th inning. Breaking ball strike. This guy was signed as an extra piece during spring training. Back end of the bullpen. He's emerged as one of their top end relievers.
Yeah, Adams a guy, one of my former teammates with the Cubs. I mean, another guy who has a big arm, good stuff. You know, some deception in his delivery, short strider, easy, good stuff. And another guy that the Rays, they go out and turn into the guy that they, you know, think he could be.
The best deal in mobile. Get unlimited for only $29.99. Visit SpectrumMobile.com.
Gleyber Torres with a 2-1 count. He's 1 for 2. Scored the Yankees' second run after he doubled to lead off the 7th inning. Upstairs. Mejia has stayed behind the plate. He pinch hit for Pinto.
And Adams, one of those guys where you really want to shrink the zone. He is a guy that can get erratic, can get a little bit wild at times. So 3-1 count. I know you want to hit, but making sure you really shrink that zone.
He waves at that one. 3-2, a slider. Ninth inning, first game of a 3-game set. It's 2-2. And Adam deals. Fly ball right field. Margot toward the line. And he makes the play in what they say is foul territory, 1 away. So Torres worked ahead in the count, but Adam came back. 1 away, and that brings up Josh Donaldson. Donaldson is 1 for 3. Want to know, they signed Adam on March 17th. A 1-year, $900,000 deal. Well, he's outperformed that already, and it's June 20th. That one just catches the outside corner, 1-1. Two and 1. First game of the series, and the Yankees are 18-3 in the first game of a series this year. They've won 17 of their last 18 first games. The 2-1. Lined, it's a base hit to left field. Lowe gets the ball in. Donaldson picks up his second hit of the night.
This is a really nice piece of hitting by Josh Donaldson. Staying down. You see the back knee almost hitting the ground, staying down and through this breaking ball. It's a really nice swing by Josh Donaldson, picking that up early, not getting fooled. Yankees have something with one out, runner on first now.
So here's Hicks. He struck out looking in the 7th inning with the infield in, runner at third, one out. Struck out twice tonight. He's 1 for 3. He did single in the 5th inning. 3 infielders on the right side. Mejia had to go up to get that one.
Checking on Josh at first. Not really a threat to run at all, but Ray's just making sure that bullpen can get loose and warm, ready to go.
Drops a changeup in there for a strike. 1-1. Yankees hit their 111th home run when Rizzo connected in the 1st inning. That leads Major League Baseball. He did not go.
This pitch right here catches a lot of the plate. A little change up. I'm sure Aaron Hicks will take that one. Get him into a hitter's count, 2-1.
Drop that one in there for a strike. 2-2. Crowd of 16,504. Most of them Yankee fans, it seems like, here on a Monday night in St. Pete. Now, a lot of this area is kind of engaged with the Stanley Cup going on right now. Tampa Bay against Colorado. And Tampa Bay leads 5-2 in that game in the 2nd period in a series that Colorado won the first 2 games in Colorado. Donaldson leads, held by Choi. And he goes. That one's driven deep to right field. Going back, Margot on the track. He leaps, he can't make the play. And it caroms out into right field. Here comes Donaldson. They're waving him home. He will score. And the Yankees lead 3-2. And Margot is down in right field. And Hicks is at third with an RBI.
Margot shaking up on this play. But a beautiful swing by Aaron Hicks. Nice piece of hitting. We've seen him the last few games. Swinging the bat better, a better approach against pitchers or runners in scoring position. And a huge, huge hit right here by Aaron Hicks. Hopefully Manny Margot's okay.
So Hicks, we told you in June, hitting over 300, gets a big triple right there to give the Yankees a 3-2 lead. And Margot remains on his back. It looks like they are dealing with the right leg.
Now this team struggling to score runs. Kevin Kiermaier leaves the game earlier. You know, this is the last thing you want to see is Manny Margot getting helped up off the field. Has been a real bright spot. Let's take a look at this swing from Aaron Hicks right here. Big swing, changeup left out over the plate. Aaron thinks he got it, but again, a welcome sight. Big swing. Josh off on the pitch, doing a really good job of making sure that this ball wasn't caught by Manny Margot. Huge hit right here. Big run, plating Josh Donaldson. And you can just see the elation. You can see the energy from Aaron Hicks. Again, hopefully Manny Margot okay. Hopefully just more shaken up than anything.
Well, they're going to bring a cart to take him back. They did not want him to walk even with the help of others. I wonder if it's the way he landed, because it looked like his left leg hit the wall in the padding, and then he came down maybe awkwardly on the right leg. And you can see how distraught he is right now. He's such an important player for them, and Cameron said they've been somewhat besieged by injuries all year.
And again, you know, the team's struggling to find offense. Manny Margot has been one of those guys who's swung the bat extremely well, played good offensively, so to see him be carted off is something you definitely don't want to see as a Rays fan, and you can see the worry on his face. Gotta hope he's okay. He's one of those guys that you love in the clubhouse, love playing with, and you know, he's gonna give it his all each and every day, each and every night. And right here, like you said, Michael, maybe just came down awkwardly. You see immediately rolling around in agony. But watch Josh Donaldson right here. Just a great job of running the bases. Having to re-tag. Once you tag it back and go back, you have to re-tag again. So Josh, great job. Louis giving him the sign to get home. Big run. You see him excited, circling the pillows, knowing just how important that run is for the Yankees.
All right, so Brujan will move from short to play right field. They bring in Taylor Walls to play short. Margot did miss 8 games with a right hamstring strain in May, which has been a lingering problem. You wonder if that was re-aggravated. And Brujan looking exactly where he should play, with Jose Trevino up and the infield all the way in to try to cut off the run at third. Choi is really in at first base, thinking almost as if Trevino is going to bunt. The infielder's on the left side, about where the lip of the grass would be, but Choi coming in very close. The 1-0. High fly ball, left field. That'll get it done. Hicks tags, Lowe makes the catch. Here comes Hicks, here's the throw, not in time. A sac fly for Trevino, and it's 4-2 Yankees.
And I just love this from Jose Trevino. You can just see the confidence as he walks up to the plate. You can tell that there's no situation right now that he's uncomfortable in. I mean, Jason Adams, not the most comfortable at bat, but Jose Trevino doing a great job getting a pitch that he can drive. Jason Adams, luckily he didn't hit this ball out of the park, but a great pitch to hitting by Jose Trevino. picking up Aaron Hicks. Two huge insurance runs for the Yankees.
Marwin Gonzalez takes inside.
Watch Jose right here. It's a really good swing, stand back on the breaking ball. You see Jose, he's thinking, I don't know, maybe has a chance, but one thing he did know is that it'll get that run in no matter what and push another run across for the Yankees. It has really been fun to see his maturation coming in, beginning of the season as a, they were looking at as a defensive backup, and now he's walking up to the plate with the most confidence in the world, knowing that he's ready for any and every situation. It's just beautiful to see how baseball can breed confidence in a player, and right now Jose Trevino playing with the utmost confidence.
One and two on Marwin Gonzalez. So 2 big 9th inning runs for the Yankees as they try to take the first game of this series. That one is ripped to right. Brujan makes the play, going back for the final out. Josh Donaldson at first. Aaron Hicks at the plate. Changeup up in the zone, and he crushes it. Margot can't make the play. Scoring is Donaldson, and Hicks is fired up, and he's going to score in a minute. The WB Mason Yankees postgame, and get highlights, analysis, and complete player reaction from tonight's game against the Rays. Plus Aaron Boone on the manager's report. Speaking of Aaron Boone, made his major league debut today in 1997. He was called up to the Reds in St. Louis, but the bad part, he replaced his brother Brett, who was sent down. That must not have gone over well at Thanksgiving. So Wandy Peralta will take over on the mound as Clay Holmes gets 2 outs in the 8th, and right now he's the pitcher of record on the winning side. And you see what Peralta's done.
Tell you what, Michael, you get me DFA'd and you're my brother, I'm definitely still in the last turkey wing.
So here is Vidal Brujan. Clark Schmidt is up just in case. Yankees in at the corners for the speedy Brujan. Pitch is high. Phillips is due up next, but Harold Ramirez is on deck, who will pinch hit. Wandy gave up the go-ahead 3-run home run to Teoscar Hernandez in yesterday's game. That's the first home run he's allowed this season, and now he walks a Brujan to start off the bottom of the 9th inning. So Harold Ramirez. Now Aaron Boone does not mind them at all bringing up righties against Peralta, because Peralta's best pitch is the change that moves away from that bat.
Wandy's whole thing is just throwing strikes, not trying to be too fine.
And there's a strike on the change.
And like you said, Michael, they don't mind Wandy facing righties at all. He's a ground ball waiting to happen when he's in the zone throwing strikes.
Another strike. That was the fastball. Here's the budget. So Peralta threw 20 yesterday, as did Castro. Marinaccio threw 30. But the bullpen looks like it's in pretty good shape. The 0-2.
That's the beauty of having guys like Clay Holmes out there coming in early. You still got Michael King out there who, he can shut it down at any point you might need him to as well.
Now, Cameron, I wonder if King's not in here to close this out. I wonder if they even want to use him today. So that's the big question right now, because you would think he'd be coming in a safe situation. And the fact that they have Schmidt backing up Peralta Although he pitched on Saturday, he did throw a lot of pitches, so they probably want to stay away from him. 1-2. Still 1-2. He threw 33 pitches on Saturday, so I think that would be a last resort for Aaron Boone.
I mean, you think right here, you go out, you put 2 runs on the board. The Yankees have the guys out there who can go and get these out. So for me, it's all about throwing strikes, not falling behind, and making guys have to hit your best stuff.
Fouled away. Still 1-2 on the pinch hitter, Ramirez. Now Peralta will have to face at least 3 batters before they could go to Schmidt. Serve to right field, foul.
No, Wandy trying to get a ground ball or a strikeout here. Works down really well, but you see Harold Ramirez really covering the bottom of the zone.
High fly ball, shallow right, coming on Gallo, going out Torres. And Gallo makes the play in foul territory for the first out, and he and Torres avoid running into each other.
And this is a really tough play for both guys. You know, running a long way, you can't hear each other yelling for the ball because the crowd starting to yell. But right at the end, I think Gleyber picks up Joey and peels off to the right just enough so Joey has room to make this play. But great concentration, great play by Joey, getting to the spot, making a play, and that's a huge out to start this 9th inning.
Well, the concentration to see that into his glove and hold on to it.
Outstanding play.
So here is Paredes, who broke up the no-hitter with a leadoff single in the 8th. He comes up with 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Foul back. The 0-1. Grounded to third. There's, oh, he throws it into right field. Everybody's safe. Gallo throws behind the runner at second, and Brujan gets back. Looked like there was a little bit of a bobble by Donaldson, and that might have thrown off the timing. Oh, that's from LeMahieu, my bad.
Yeah, right here you see this ball kind of handcuff DJ just a tad. We'll get a look at this play right here. This ball just handcuffing DJ just slightly to where it makes him rush his throw. He still has time, but rushes his throw to second, and as you said, Michael airmails it into right field, but luckily Joey doing a good job of backing up the play. So see if Wandy can get another ground ball right here.
Now it's going to be an E5 on the throw by LeMahieu.
And again, watch right here. You see DJ kind of dig twice and just sails the throw. Gleyber not able to stretch. And hope Glaber's okay right there on the stretch. Hopefully he's all right. Last thing you need is that guy going down with the way he's been playing and swinging it. So let's hope Glaber's all right as well.
First error of the season for LeMahieu was played a brilliant third and second. So here is Josh Lowe. He's the last batter that Cole faced, and he drove Judge all the way to the center field wall for the first out of the inning, and the last batter that Cole would face before he turned it over to home. So the tying runs are on deck. Or on base, and here's the pitch to Lowe, inside 1-0.
Like you said, Michael, this is a guy that they brought up to give them a spark, try to provide some energy to the lineup. So here he is with another opportunity to come through.
A walk in an E5. That's the rally right now in the bottom of the ninth. Yankees looking to stop it right here. The 1-0. 2-0. On deck, the switch hitting catcher, Mejia.
You see Wandy shaking his head in frustration. This is where lefty on lefty, you did your job, you just got your pitch, you got to get right back in the zone. You have to attack, you cannot nibble.
And he goes right at him. 2-1.
You know, in these situations, pitchers don't know. It's hard to slow your heartbeat down as a hitter. It's hard to, you know, control your emotions and not want to be the hero, do too much. So right here, just like now, go right at these guys. Make them have to hit. The pressure's on the batter, not the pitcher.
And the 2-2. 3-2 now on low. And Mejia waits. And the 3-2 pitch. Strike three. Low down looking. One more out to go.
See Wandy talking to himself. Vamo, let's go. This is a great pitch. Paint it on the corner. See the frustration from low. He knows there's nothing he can do with that pitch. All you can do is talk about it in the truck. Huge out. Big spot. 2 outs for the Yankees.
Well, here is Mejia. A 185 hitter against righties. 379 against lefties. So they're staying with the lefty Peralta with the change. Mejia pinch hit for Pinto in the 8th and greeted Holmes with a double past the diving Rizzo at first base. Brujan at second, Paredes at first. Bottom of the 9th, Yankees lead by 2. One thing about Wandy Peralta, absolutely fearless on the mound. He is not going to get flummoxed out there at all. Two and 0. I mean, he's had some moments on the mound where it looks like he's in distress, and Aaron Boone comes running out with the athletic trainer, and Wandy just laughs. He goes, "You know I'm nuts." And that's the kind of attitude he brings into these pressure-packed moments. So a 2-0 count. Swing and a miss. Coming right at him.
And this is when Wandy's at his best, when he's not messing around like you said, Michael. Getting the sign, digging deep, and letting the pitch and letting the hitters know I'm coming right at you. This is when he's the most effective.
High fly ball, shallow center, going to be a tough play. Who's going to make it? Aaron Hicks makes it, and the Yankees win 4-2. Wandy Peralta hauls off the Tampa Bay Rays to win the first game of this 3-game set. A brilliant performance by Garrett Cole. He gets nothing for it other than a lower ERA, but the Yankees pick up their 50th win of the year. They are 50-17 and pull this one out here in St. Pete.
This is a great win by the Yankees. Aaron Hicks taking charge in the outfield, taking charge at the plate. Huge insurance run, big play right there to finish off the Rays. Yankees bouncing back from a loss last night, and Wandy, he loves it. He's feeling good. Yankees dugout, they know. First team to 50. Garrett Cole excited. Outstanding job giving the boys a chance to win.
So Aaron Boone sees his team win the first game of this 3-game set. An exciting one. Many storylines will come back.